Okay, so there's something that is kind of messed up. But did you know that Faye of the Norse saga, Kratos' wife, actually used Kratos selfishly? At the end of the day, it was for a good cause, but it was extremely selfish and was really messed up. Okay, let me explain. The Greek saga was all about Kratos being selfish, get himself stuck in servitude, and he ended up killing his family, going on a revenge trip, and everything. At the end of the Greek saga, Kratos is tired. He's just tired of everything being used left and right by Athena, by Zeus, by Ares, by everybody to get their aim. He was tired, even about himself. So he decided to off himself, finally stopping himself in the gut with a blade of Olympus, and we think that he's dead. At the end, we find out that this guy is not dead, and that was the end of the Norse saga, right? Everything is done. But we get an announcement that we're going to get God of War 4, or God of War 2018. We found out that Kratos suddenly finds himself in the Norse mythology. He's hooked up with a beautiful woman, he has a kid, and now they go on a journey. And this journey is triggered by her dying mysteriously, and we'll go out to the highest peak in the world to spread their ashes. On that journey, we find out that the highest peak is in Jotunheim, and it sets up a whole lot of stuff that we play, and you know the story. But the thing is, this whole journey, if you really think about it, it's really messed up. I believe what happened was that these Jotnar who were being subjugated by Odin, right? I understand this guy was a dick and he was messing with them, killing them left and right, killing all kinds of people in all the 9 realms. So they needed to get rid of this guy. But imagine, right? How awfully convenient that Faye was the one who'd come across Kratos, right? And how did an unconscious Kratos who had stabbed himself with a mighty blade of Olympus find his way to the Norse mythology? Someone picked him up. Okay, it's not a coincidence. Then this person, which is Faye, she had a kid with Kratos. This same kid who ends up being the champion, right? The one who's supposed to save and lead the armies of the Jotnar against Odin when Ragnarok comes. This is all too much of a coincidence, don't you think? These people had a plan. The mirrors from the very moment that she died were showing that this was something that they've set up, and they were hoping what happened will lead all the way to Ragnarok to get their revenge on Thor, on Odin, on Baldur, everybody who actually effed them up. They wanted revenge for that. The end product is a good cause. It's really good to free these people, get revenge, free the 9 realms, all that. It is good. I'm not arguing about that. But at the end of the day, Kratos was a means to an end. I don't even think she really loved him. She just needed to have this kid with him. Do you know what happened? I believe that they heard the stories, right? Throughout our travels through the 9 realms, we get to know that people know Kratos' story. Mimir knows, Tyr knows, Thor knows, Odin even knows what happened in the Norse mythology. So I think Faye and the giants heard of this guy, this awesome, god-killing, world-destroying, F your mama. This guy was a beast, and who else could they choose to be their champion was to go and find him. And luckily she found him, brought him from the Norse mythology into from the Greek mythology into the Norse mythology, had a baby with this guy. And that tells me that there was no love, man. That relationship was loveless, because it's really baffling when you think about it. It's really messed up, bro. So she had this loveless baby with him so they can create this champion Loki to go take care of their enemies. Along the way, Kratos has faced really dangerous stuff. We faced Magni, we faced Modi, we faced Baldur of all people, and now in Ragnarok he faced Odin and all kinds of dangerous stuff, and Kratos had no say in it. They made their plans, went for him, had a baby with him, and used him. My boy is tired, man. He was already tired at the end of the Greek saga, and now someone comes, picks him up, has a baby with him, uses him just in that aspect, uses him to create a champion, to create a baby. Okay, this baby that's supposed to save their whole race, they used him. And on top of that, he has to actually take care of this kid, this little brat who doesn't respect anything. He has to take care of him. And imagine, it makes me even wonder, she probably offed herself. because we don't know what happened to Faye. We don't know what happened to her. All we know is that she's dead, right? And she intentionally broke the barrier to trigger the trip, so they have to go. She probably offed herself, because giants live a long time. Nothing really happens to them. She was safe in her protective cove, right? So she probably offed herself to force Kratos to go save her people. That's a massive amount of dedication, but that's also really messed up. Look, if you look at the bigger picture, she used the guy, had a baby with him, forced him on a journey that he didn't want to go, which could have killed him because he didn't know how powerful the Norse were. And actually, he actually died 1,000 times if you play the game. But the thing is, he was used maliciously by Faye to save her people. Does the end justify the means? Maybe, but I think it was just not right, man. It's just bad. You don't use people like that. This woman used my boy, my amazing badass Kratos, to get him to do stuff. When he was tired, he had no say, okay? Because this whole story, whoever crafted this messed up story of Kratos being used again, when the original story is him getting sick and tired of being used, not having to make his own choices. He made one choice which led him on a whole journey that got his whole family eliminated. And this time around, instead of finding peace, he finds a woman who now uses him to go on a journey for her own selfish needs, which is saving her people, which is good, but still selfish. This is really conflicting. It's a really messed up story, but I hope you get what I'm trying to say. At the end of the day, if you're going to go out there, face giants, Baldur, Magni, Modi, Odin, Thor, all these powerful and really dangerous people, at least you would want to be something that you willingly decided to do. Kratos didn't decide to do that. And on top of that, one tiny really thing that actually F's it up for me is that couldn't she wait, right? Ragnarok was definitely going to happen whatever time they initiated it. She could have waited for Atreus to grow up to a responsible teenager before she offed herself to trigger the trip. She could have waited, but Kratos had to go to these really terrible and frustrating times with Atreus, where he was just being a complete brat, running away, doing all kinds of terrible things. It would have made the journey easier if you're going to use the guy. Wait a little, let the kid grow up, be more mature before you send him to his death, which they actually literally did. Okay, my guy is just so good that he was able to survive and get that thing done, because when Kratos sees you, he's going to find whatever makes you tick and he's going to cut it and whoop your ass and also beat your dog in addition, just because he wants to. But the whole picture is that he was used. Do you agree? Because take your time and just look at all the pieces, man. She used them. She used my boy. At least you should have loved him. I maybe later on she loved him and they fell in love, and the journey was still there. She came for the trick or to use him, but then she fell in love with him and all that. But if she really did fall in love with him and they didn't want him to suffer, she would have offed herself, right? Anyway, maybe I'm just crazy, man, but what do you think, man? Let me know what you think in the comments. I'll read each and every single one of them to see what you think. It's really messed up. People of Santa Monica, whoever wrote this story, you are one twisted individual. What the hell, man? What the hell? But I'm just glad my boy got through it finally, and we'll see. Are they going to go to Egypt, right? Or the Chinese and go face Sun Wukong in this amazing game that we got recently? Whatever's going to happen, let me know that too. And if you like this, leave a like, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you next time.